Next up is to calculate the total spend for each country. And again, if we'd have designed this program a bit better, I could have done this when the file was being read in and displayed it. So we'll just do it a little bit differently, and that's fine. So I'll do this as the one function, display total spend and highest spend, and that's obviously per country. So we'll just call this one, and again it has no return parameter. I'll just call it display highest just for simplicity, and it needs the electricity data as a parameter, no returns. Let's see what error I'm getting. So yeah, that's okay. Define display highest, watch my spelling, and it's taken the eData, which I will call eData. Again, that name only applies to the local scope of this function. So hopefully you remember how to display the highest of something. Well, let's do the totals first. So for I in range 0 to the length of eData, so basically for every country, we'll print the country name first. So let's print eData at I0 to print the country, and comma has a total spend of, and we can then just print out the calculation here. Now we'll probably get an error, which I was talking about in one of the earlier videos. So we need to go position I times the first position multiplied by the second. So eData 1 times by eData I, well that should be 1, sorry, times by position 2. Now when I try and do this, we should get an error after all of those parts, telling us that we can't multiply a sequence of non-integer types. Now that's because eData 1 is an integer here, so Spain's 5 million population made up, so that's an integer, so we cast that to an integer. We're still going to get another error this time. Well, it actually worked out okay. Not quite sure why that's worked out correctly, and it's obviously some strange error. You can see it's just repeating what was already there. It's actually printing out the text 7 times rather than doing the calculation, and that's because the eData is actually of type float. So hopefully when I run it this time, you can see there that Germany's got 185 and Italy has such and such. So we can see from that that the UK has the highest total spend. We could use the format part here. Again, format that number to 2 decimal places. I think that's enough brackets, maybe not. Just to get it, I'm just going to take the format. Let me see, 1 bracket. Mess the brackets up now. 1, 2, 3. One more. Float takes so much. Why is float closed? Wrong place. Should be here. Let's make sure that's correct. This will be easier if I make this all in the one line for a second. So float that, format that. Let's try again. Ugh, silly me. Format this whole calculation. So one more bracket. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2. Let's try again on the one line here. So fix it back to how it was. And then we want to format this whole thing just to here. to 2 decimal places. 1, 1, 2, 1, 2. 2 must be string, not int. Okay, I'm going to check that out and get back to you on that one. I'm not sure why that's not working, so let's just leave the horrible numbers for now. If you can figure it out, great. I just can't see what's wrong with it right now. Okay, so we have these horrible numbers. We can go back and fix this. So to find the highest, so I'm going to set max pos equal to 0. And what we can then do is just use this same loop to figure out the highest. So if eData, or sorry, this is going to be a little bit different, sorry. We're going to use max pos and max value here. I'm just going to set max value to 0. And current value, so let's do this a little bit different. And again, tons of ways to do this one. So if current val equals this calculation. So that's just to keep track of the current value. Now we could smarten this up and change this around a little bit and put current value here, and then this could help me fix the error I had earlier and change this to current value. Now this should just work the exact same way as it did before and print out the value for each place. And let's just quickly, oh, I remember what I did wrong. I was using float instead of round maybe. Let's see what happens with this. Yeah, okay, it's round we wanted to use, so that makes that a bit more readable. So we're printing out the current value. If the current value is greater than the max value, that means we've got a new highest. So we can set the max pos equal to whatever I is, because that means that the current calculation is